Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Pro Wrestling Throwdown for the week of September 5th, 2021. I am Caleb Black, along with the Big Dog Williams and our in-studio producer, the mighty Max Fury. It is our first show in almost a month due to work, familial obligations, health issues. But we back, baby. We back. We hope back consistently until our holiday break. But, shit happens. Stuff changes. Plans get laid to waste.
Sometimes.
However, thank you so much for whomever may decide to join us today. Thank you so much for everybody who watches afterward. Luke, how was your Sunday?
COVID-free again.
Woo!
Second time,
baby. He beat it. Max, how's your Sunday?
I'm doing good. Ready to talk wrestling. Ready to hang out with my boys. We got
buddy.
Some birthdays. We got some bullshit. We got maybe a couple little facts.
Yes, sir. Today is AEW's All Out pay-per-view, which is why we are gathering today to join in the wrestling festivitas.
To join the holy matrimony.
That's right. So, before we get into the business of the show, we'll get into how the rest of the month is going to work out. So, we've been talking about doing our full point recap, which will lead into the rest of our WrestleMania or the rest of our WWE pay-per-view contest. We're going to get all the points compiled. I'm going to get it all done this week. That way, next week we can do the full review of SummerSlam. Obviously, we're going to talk about it a little bit because of the returns and the goings on that we've been off for a month. So we missed a lot of big news. Obviously, CM Punk coming back, Brock Lesnar, Becky Lynch, lots of returns, lots of changes. We'll talk about the new NXT format today. So
there'll be a lot of roster changes if All Out has anything to say about it tonight.
That's right. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot changing, and we missed a lot, but we're back.
Also, I would like to point out that we spoiler alerts ahead of time. Tonight during All Out, after every match, we will rate them on our Facebook page.
Yes, we will be live rating.
0 to 5 stars.
Yeah, check us out on Twitter as well.
Know that if you watch those videos and you haven't watched the show yet, spoilers are going to be an abundance. Sorry.
We're going to be spoiling it for you. So if you're waiting to watch AEW, which shouldn't be on Facebook, you don't want spoilers on a wrestling day, stay off of social media. That's always
until you've watched the show.
Yeah, always the rule. I don't know. Remember, when we used to have the no phone rule because we always started late anyway. Yeah. We'd always let that first half hour.
I never look at my phone if I'm not watching. I never look.
Yeah, because that's how I spoiled the finish of what match was it? Like one of our last pay-per-views, I accidentally opened my Twitter feed and saw the ending of it.
Did it for me for somebody had posted the Becky Lynch thing.
Yeah, something.
That's what threw me off for SummerSlam. Also, there's going to be a lot of things in the next couple months when it comes to the pro wrestling world that we're going to try to scoop if possible. Always looking towards the way we do our shows. We try to announce things before other people get them.
Yes.
We have been very successful in the past in doing so.
Try to get back in touch with some of our contacts. That way we can drop some legitimate news as we go along.
Yes.
Try to keep everything fresh and updated and current. Also, the plan is that we'll start integrating some Ring of Honor and some NWA and just more of all of the stuff. And we understand that we leave out. I feel bad that we leave out Ring of Honor, but when you consider that AEW is now producing 2 YouTube shows that are 2 to 3 hours apiece, plus Dynamite, plus now Rampage, that's already 10 hours of content.
Well, Rampage is an hour. Dynamite's 2 hours.
And Dark and Evolution
are usually hour and a half to 2.5 hours a piece a week.
So that's already a 7-hour commitment to one company, and then the WWE obviously has 90 hours of fucking content.
Let's be completely honest, the Elevation and Dark itself are basically glorified house shows.
I mean, they are. It's
you're
a way
not
to showcase.
you're gonna get good matches because they have a good roster.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's enhancement talent that they've brought in to make their talent look good, just like superstars used to do when we were kids.
Like Velocity.
Except now, everybody on the indies has a name.
Yeah.
So, you look at Ricky Shane Page when he wrestled. We knew who that was. All these names coming in and playing back and forth, they're coming in as enhancement talents, but they're bringing their names with them. And that's a big thing for pro wrestling nowadays because it makes it easier for you to touch base with fans that way.
Yeah. Well, it's also you can utilize your brand. You can sell your brand.
Yeah.
Tony Khan doesn't make you change your name, so he owns you whenever you show up. You are who you are when you walk through the door, which is kind of refreshing.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, you don't wrestle as, Nathan Jones forever, and that's how you build your name. And then you walk in, and now you're, Jonas Nate or some nonsense like they did to Daniel Bryan, which is
William
crazy.
Rosenda.
Right, exactly. But yeah, so that's going to be the plan for the rest of this month. Hopefully, we'll do the full recaps. Like I said, we'll get the points. We'll get everything caught up. I still have yet to do my WrestleMania Punishment, my Danhausen put over video. I'm hoping that we get that. I'd like to do that around Halloween. That way, hi Bethany, welcome to the live stream. That way I can do like the face paint and all that stuff, or at least now that we're in that season, stuff to do that will be more accessible for me, because it's hard to buy Halloween face paint and stuff, in January.
It's true. Actually, it's true.
Yeah, unless you buy it on Amazon, and who got time for that? Not me. So I guess the opening segment, the stuff that we really wanted to get out of the way early on, we wanted to talk about the passing of the tremendously talented Daphne, the Scream Queen. So earlier on in the week, she did make a social media plea and
on Instagram,
and everybody that knew her and fans that just loved her, everybody tried reaching out. There was a period of time where she was unresponsive to everybody, and then of course we found out later on that unfortunately, due to mental health, taking its precedent, that Daphne's no longer with us.
Yeah. The professional wrestling world or business in a nutshell is a very hard business. You can be at the top of your game, at the top of your respective class business, and within a year it's over. Some people have a hard time being able to differentiate being normal life from what you see on TV. Injuries, of course, happen. Brain injuries in this business are a very serious thing. Also, depression. Depression is a very serious topic when it comes to professional wrestlers. You're on the road all the time. You're not around your loved ones.
Right. Missing stuff with the family. Isolated. The business can be nasty anyway, so it's competitive and it's a grind and it's a drive all the time.
Not everyone who smiles is okay.
Yeah.
We're just not.
Yeah. And go ahead.
It's a very serious issue. In the last 2 years, we've lost 3 people to depression and or bullying.
Yeah,
just in the last 2 years.
That's a big one.
I the other night talked about with me and my family donating money to the suicide prevention hotline. It is a great tool.
Yeah, I've used it. I have no shame in admitting that. Not at all.
We all have dark times. We all have times in our life that we just can't get through on our own.
Yeah.
There's always help. There's always someone to talk to.
Yeah. And it goes without saying, just real quick, we always make this plug anyway. If you ever need anyone to talk to, hit us up on our mutual Facebooks, on the company Facebook, here on YouTube, Twitter. It doesn't matter if we know you. If you're going through something and you need to talk to somebody right then and there,
I have this cool thing on my phone. Yeah. Anything that is ever sent message-wise comes right to my phone, and I rarely sleep.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of people need someone to talk to, and I try to. We try to be there for everybody. Obviously, it's impossible. But if you ever need help, if you don't have anybody to turn to, Pro Wrestling Throwdown, you turn to us.
Yeah.
Daphne was a pioneer of women's wrestling, especially on the independent scene, where. There was a period of time, obviously, we'll do the quick little historical diatribe, where all the territories were gone, and the mainstream company that was left standing after everything, including WCW, was the WWE. Daphne was an early signee to WCW right at its end, and then was one of the pioneer women of the independent scene in the early 2000s, which is what created the modern independent wrestling scene.
Former Shimmer champion.
Yeah.
Did a lot of work. She got hurt in TNA. Mm-hmm. Which ended her in-ring career.
Yeah.
There was a settlement there. I'm not sure exactly the extent of the
details.
Injuries, but TNA, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, wasted Daphne. They could have done so much more with her. She was years ahead of her time.
Yeah.
Her gimmick nowadays is basically what the Alexa Bliss gimmick is today.
Yeah.
Is what she was trying to do 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Give or take a year or so. Daphne was 46 years old.
Yeah. Way too young.
Way too young. It's hard that every time we do a podcast anymore, it seems that we have to start our show with somebody passing away.
Yeah.
It's sad that in a business that's supposed to be family, we're a brotherhood, we're a sisterhood, we're a family. And it's a shame that it takes something like this
to bring
everyone together.
Yeah.
But it's a shame. Daphne will be missed.
Yes, she will. Yes, she will.
The wrestling world is a little less bright.
Yeah, she was incredible, man. She was really awesome.
Her stuff with David Flair and Crowbar at the end of WWE.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah, she was phenomenal, and
it's a shame.
Yeah,
it really is.
But we want to send our condolences to her family, her friends. Everybody who's hurt by her loss. Everybody had a connection to her. I did. She and I were actually we knew each other. We had a really good relationship at one point in time. Talked a lot. Obviously, she talked to everybody though because she was just awesome.
I had numerous conversations with her on social media,
and she'll be missed. So, do your friends and your family a favor. Always be there when somebody needs you, because you never know what's going to happen. But
also remember that wrestling isn't ballet and that injuries happen.
That's right. That being said, let's get back to the meat of the program so we don't bring everybody down on their Labor Day weekend. We are going to transition really quickly into birthdays.
Bullshit.
Max, take her away.
All right. Birthdays and bullshit. It's been a while. So I got to reach back. I had to go close August.
Look at you, lunchbox.
We're going to go back to August 14th.
You look like Seth Rogen right now.
I thought I kind of looked like a fat Dave Grohl with my Foo Fighters shirt.
Yes.
No, don't try to compare yourself.
Would that make you Dave Grohl?
Close.
Dave Grohl. That's a gimmick. That is a great gimmick. All right.
Come out with different band t-shirts on. Can't be in the same place twice.
Bon Jovi.
Hold on. Before we get into birthdays and bullshit, my man here had a gimmick idea.
Uh-oh. Which one?
The same named gimmick with the different people.
Oh, yeah. So
was what that reminded me of right then.
I had this brilliant idea for a wrestler. The guy's name is just Jim. Jim. That's his name. But he would come out, and on his tights would be the names of every great Jim in wrestling. So his tights would have like Ross, Cornette, Barnett, like Burnett. No, like J.I.M., like Slim Jim. Never do a Slim. Oh, yeah. Macho Man Randy Savage. That would have been Jim. And he would come out every week as one of the different Jims, which would be the idea.
Different gimmick.
Earthworm?
Wait. The one that had three different people who were three ethnicities.
Okay. No.
All wrestling the same guy.
The alternate, the variant wrestler.
Yes.
So my idea is that you have three different guys who all wrestle under the same name. We'll just use my old Caleb Black. There are three Caleb Blacks. They're all the same height, same build, and they all look just enough alike that it works. Here's the deal, though. You rotate them in and out of your bookings, but they all communicate with each other as to where they were that night. So Caleb Black 1 would wrestle, in Texas on Saturday, and then another show in Texas on Sunday, but it'd be a different Caleb Black. But they're basically alternate universe versions of each other that keep showing up to these bookings. They never meet in real life, but they know what their schedules are. It's just
so if you ask him about a match that took place 3 weeks ago, even if it wasn't the same Caleb Black doing it, he knew the results. He knew how the match went down.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that was the whole idea.
Let him. Yeah.
I'm gonna. But yeah, so that was a great idea. I thought that'd be hilarious, and especially now in today, in gimmick land, where it's totally okay to be crazy and kooky. But I always come up with different. Like I've got the idea for the gentleman who's the 1950s fisticuffs wrestler.
The gentleman?
Yeah, yes. Comes out, as a zoot suit.
I believe that's sexy meat comment. I believe that's me.
I do believe so. All right, so Max, back to birthdays.
Bullshit.
All right, we're going to reach back to August 14th. Birthdays past.
Don't
See,
stop
we had,
till you hear a snap or a crap in the pants.
starting out, Bob Backlund turned 72.
That crazy son of a bitch
He's
is still alive.
Yes, he is.
You know, that's one of Kurt Angle's dream matches would have been to wrestle Bob Backlund.
Dude, that would have been one of my dream matches to see. Would be those two to wrestle each other.
My favorite story about Bob Backlund, just because we got the time to fill, is when he showed up. He always wore a full suit, no matter the conditions. And when they were on a tour, and I think it was in Japan,
Yeah.
where the AC had gone out in the bus, and it's the middle of the summer, and he walks in, and his bow tie was just slightly undone, and he walked up to
Chris Jericho.
No, he walked up to the promoter. It was
Tenru.
Yeah, Tenru. And he walks up and he's like, I apologize for my appearance. It's hot. And I was like, dude, you're wearing a full suit. Your bow tie's just slightly off kilter. Hey, what up, Yanni?
Also, another thing about Bob Backlund I like, he would not sign an autograph for a fan if they couldn't chronologically list all the
U.S. presidents up to the time. And
Would
I
not
believe
sign an
would
autograph.
still do that at his previous
He
signing.
probably still do it today.
Yeah.
He kind of fucked crazy. Just saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bob
He
Backlund,
used to
happy
be able to
birthday.
do it. Yeah, happy birthday. But Bob.
Oh, would have been sharing his birthday would have been Bobby E, which we lost here recently.
Yep.
Would have been 63 years old.
Greatest tag team wrestler to ever live, and nobody can come at me about that.
I won't.
Beautiful
Also
Bob.
sharing that birthday back on the 14th was Kofi Kingston. Turned a young 40 years old.
Kofi Kingston's 40 years old.
Jessica says hi too, and that Caleb looks better now than when he was 14. I don't know who Jessica is, but thank you. And
I knew him when he was 14, and no, the fuck he doesn't.
I was a handsome kid. I don't give a fuck.
He was very handsome kid.
What happened?
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me get some of that handsome on my face.
There you go, baby.
There we go.
See,
that was horrible.
Johnny Gargano turned 33.
Johnny's same face is only 33 years old.
Oh, wow.
You know, and we'll get into that a little bit too. I wonder how the NXT No More Little Dudes is going to work. Whenever Vince walks through the door and just sees little fucking 5'6" Johnny Same face.
Ciampa! Your beard got bigger.
Are you the guy who brings in Ciampa's bags?
Oh! Hold on. Time out. This birthday's and bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday,
Ah,
Caleb.
yes. Thank
I
you
was going to get to it.
Yeah, let him.
Fine.
We'll
Get
finish
to it. Well, actually, somebody beat you to it.
I'm not there yet.
Someone beat
story of
you
your
to
life.
it in the thingy here. See?
Story of
Gotta
my
be
life.
quick.
Anyway,
Ish.
let's see. Back
Sometimes
on
I take the time.
August 16th, Big Cass turned 35,
Big Cass, happy
Big
birthday.
Cass.
along with Cedric Alexander turning 32.
So young.
Wow.
So young as Cedric. And so talented, too.
Sickening how talented the kid is.
Fucking gross.
See, the 17th, Risha Shaheed turned 39.
I'll be a son of a bitch.
Yep.
You pronounced the name correctly.
That's why I stopped. That's
the
why I
first
stopped.
time ever. Well
Somebody,
done.
that's it. A shot
I
of tequila for
always
this
say
man
it
every
correctly.
time.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about. I always say it.
Let's get him tanked before every show from now on.
You know whose birthday it
His
is?
birthday's not your birthday.
Fuck him. Spit all over you. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I kind of like it.
It's got quite a few to cover here.
You're gonna have an NC-17 rating here.
Back on the 18th,
Promises,
Body fluids and things.
Tom Pritchard turned 62.
Tom Pritchard,
Dr. Tom, not Bruce, the good Pritchard.
the talented
Yeah,
Pritchard.
Dr. Tom. If you don't know, he and Glenn Jacobs own a wrestling training school. So if you're interested in getting into professional wrestling, that is the school to go to. Dr. Tom Pritchard is the best finishing. Okay, so when you talk about training as far as finishing, he's the guy who fleshes out all the fundamentals.
Yeah.
He's the best finishing teacher in the fucking game.
I finished
So,
a couple times.
If you know somebody looking to get into wrestling, point them in the direction of the Glenn Jacobs and Dr. Tom Pritchard School.
There you go.
It's that way.
Is it that
See,
way?
we're going to reach back to August 20th.
You're right.
Tori turned 57.
Tori Wilson
Wilson?
is 57 years old.
Wow. It tracks.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Azra, along with Byron Saxton turning 40.
Byron
Byron.
Saxton.
Nick Miller from NJPW turned 36.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Nick.
See,
Now hold
Walter-
on. Nick Miller at one point was Shane Thorne's partner in NXT as well, right? Miller and Thorne.
I think you're
I
right.
think you're right.
Yeah.
That's early days of NXT.
We
Yeah.
have from NXT UK, Walter turns 34.
On top. The
Walter's
Ring General.
34.
He's only 34 years old.
34.
That's fucking gross. He is such a hard ass. We're gonna watch that Walter Ilya Dragunov too later on.
Yep.
Along with Aaliyah Mysterio turning 20.
20 years old.
Uh-huh.
Poor Buddy Murphy.
On the 21st, we had Nathan Jones turned 54.
It's weird that you just pulled Nathan Jones's name out in his birthday.
Yeah, that is weird.
Funny thing about Nathan Jones is he actually. You guys remember the movie Troy?
I do remember the movie Troy.
You remember at the beginning, Brad Pitt runs off and kills the big giant dude.
Uh-huh.
Is that Nathan Jones?
That was Nathan Jones.
Did you also know that Nathan Jones made his movie debut in The Condemned with Steve Austin?
I know who you're talking about.
I think Troy came out before The Condemned.
I think it was the same year. Pretty sure it was the same year.
We'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that. But yeah, he was in that movie as well.
Let's see. We also had Trent Seven from NXT UK turned 40.
Wow.
The lovely Eve turned 37.
Eve. She is lovely too.
And Eric.
Lovely thing she is too.
Eric from the War Raiders.
War Raiders, yeah.
Turned 37.
Wow.
That tracks.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the 22nd, we had Stevie Ray.
57.
Oh, yeah, we haven't been no, he's older than 57. 63.
63.
Oh, yeah. Right on the money. Oh, get some. Yeah. Get it. Yeah, dig it. Oh, yeah.
Poking me underneath the table.
I can't be helped.
Paul Ellering turned 68.
Snapped into a Slim Jim.
Paul Ellering, 68. Yeah.
Ooh, you get up there.
Along with Jay and, oddly enough, Jimmy both have the same birthday. Usos turned 36.
Yeah, because as a twin, I've never heard that fucking joke for 31 years. Happy birthday, Jimmy and Jay Uso. Glad to see that. Some of those legal issues are cleaned up.
Yeah, their careers are really taking off.
That promo on SmackDown when they cornered Paul Heyman about Brock, like them playing Roman's thugs. First of all, super believable. Second of all, great place for them.
I think they need to. I think it's Jay. Yeah, needs to kind of tone down. Just a
some of the extracurricular activities probably wouldn't hurt him to tone down. Right.
It's the alcohol.
I'm not allowed to criticize anybody's alcohol.
I've made jokes about his alcohol stuff for months. It's nothing new. They expect it.
It was Jimmy that got pulled over for the alcohol.
This time.
Oh, this time. Okay.
Good Lord.
You think they'd ride together and keep themselves out of trouble, but no.
I think Naomi would just drive.
Anyway, also...
she ain't on TV or nothing. What the hell she got to do with her life?
See, also on the 22nd, Pac turned 35.
Yeah.
Along with Apollo Crews.
Hold on. Apollo Crews, 29.
34.
Oh, man.
Apollo Crews. I was gonna say 35, but
thought he was younger.
See, on the 27th, August 27th.
You know who Apollo Crews' roommate is?
Apollo Crews' roommate?
Yep.
Not now. I don't know.
Ricochet.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. They've been roommates ever since Apollo Crews was.
Well, that's like Xavier Woods and Tyler Breeze have been roommates until they got their respective families all their career.
I wonder which room Paige slept in.
I'll see you back on.
Depends on where they were that night.
Yeah. Sho Funaki.
Okay.
Turned 53 years old.
Yep.
Along with Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Yep, he just turned 72.
Turned 76 years old.
Yeah.
He has completely lost his motherfucking mind.
Oh, we're gonna get into that.
And we're here in the coming months. We're going to see just how bad it is.
Just how far off the fucking rock he's going.
I'm calling it right now. Terrorizing is all elite.
Oh my god!
That's right. That's a Triple H joke. You're welcome for the one person watching this that got it.
The blue blood.
Also on the 24th, sharing that birthday would have been the great Rocky Johnson,
father of
Dwayne
The Rock Johnson, of course.
And probably 37 other illegitimate children over his course of professional
Could you imagine having the genetics of The Rock? Like looking like The Rock, having the famous dad, but you work at a gas station?
I think about it all the time. I think about it all the time. Okay? Look at this.
I can see the resemblance.
In the morning and piss excellence. Look at this.
Buddy, that's just because you didn't take your insulin.
You leave my insulin alone.
He was born in 1944, so that would have made him, 80?
I would have made him 78. He would have been 78.
Yeah.
78?
No,
Okay.
77.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You can do the math.
It's all mathematics.
See,
it's basic thugonomics.
Tino Sabatelli
Basic economics.
turned 38 years old as well on the 24th.
Yeah, Sabatelli.
Hold
Happy
on.
birthday.
This is out.
Basic thugonomics. Brush your mouth like
Good.
Colgate.
Stop it. John Cena.
Did John Cena just threaten to brush my teeth?
John Cena, you better be careful. He lays him down for the 3-second tan. I don't know if you knew that.
That's true. It's a 5-knuckle shuffle. You've seen the photo of the
See,
state
also,
trooper.
Grand Metallic.
Yes.
Matt Metalik, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Turned
Yes.
32 years old on the 24th.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, wow. I thought he was a little older. Good for him. Good
Yeah,
for him.
Actually, I
25th.
believe not Dorado, but the other one. Help me. Callisto. Is
He's-
actually the oldest.
Yeah, he's like
of the
37. I
three.
think.
You never think it, but it's
No.
true.
See, on the 25th, we remember the great Crash Holly.
Mikey
Mike
Lockwood.
Lockwood, yeah.
Lost him in 2003. He would have been 50 years old.
He passed away from an overdose. He died at Stevie Richards'
Yeah.
home in Florida.
Yep. What a
He
shame.
come home and found him in his guest home.
He was such a
Sharon-
good
Sharon's
young
birthday was
worker.
Kylie Ray.
Kylie, Smiley
turned
Kylie.
29 years old.
She's still so young.
She might get promoted for another show. It just depends on if she's going to show up or not.
Ooh.
We also
That's right.
We moved to August 26th.
That would
We
hurt.
had Petey Williams,
He's 41.
39.
39.
Interesting. Petey Williams, if you remember, was in Remember the Titans. That's part of the bullshit.
All right,
Petey?
I got to give a high five because that was
Petey,
perfect.
everybody remembers Petey.
Everybody remembers little Petey.
Petey!
Petey!
I'm sorry.
I had to knock something
Happy
over. I couldn't
birthday,
lose my seat.
belated birthday.
Is it
to
sad
actual
that
Petey
you
Williams.
said that about Petey, and the only thing that came to my mind was that meme on Facebook of Peter Griffin with Goldberg's face on it? Hilarious.
See, when you said Pete, I always think Pete's Dragon whenever they're looking for him. Petey! Oh, Petey!
Oh, Petey.
See, on,
That was Roseanne Barr's grandmother.
Uh-huh.
Or Roseanne
show,
Connor's
yeah.
grandmother.
on August 27th, Great Khali celebrated birthday.
Oh, today.
Turned 49 years old,
Wow.
Don't tell him that.
along with Sergeant Slaughter,
Hold on. 79 years old.
I was going to say.
73.
Wow.
I was
Jazz.
going to go even older.
Jazz,
Yeah.
52.
Jazz is 50. That's what I say. Jazz is 51 or 52.
You asshole. She's 49.
Really?
Good. Good for her.
She just wrestled not that long ago on Impact.
She just had her retirement match, and I believe Gianna Perazzo was the one.
Before
she
I
retired.
forget, we didn't mention this. It's birthdays and bullshit. I'm going to throw a little bullshit out there.
You often do.
It just happens to be real. Over the weekend with the NWA 73, Awesome Kong retired.
Yes, she
Oh.
did. Yes,
Come
she
out
did.
with Gail Kim and retired.
The first all-women's NWA pay-per-view, NWA Empower, was part of the dual package they did. They ran the women's show the
Mhm.
first night, and then Wrestling at the Chase the second night. Great event. Check it out.
Also, why that's relevant to me in my mind for some reason, they, a little bit of history here, wrestled each other for the very first TNA
Women's.
Knockouts
Yeah.
Championship.
That's why they selected
Yeah.
that match.
Yeah.
Such great
Really
chemistry.
cool, man.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Moving to August 29th, Stan Hansen turned 72 years old.
Stan Hansen is still alive?
Oh, yeah.
I thought he passed away.
No. He's out of the business. But
Well, clearly, can't fucking see.
he couldn't see what he was in the business. That's why his close lines are so effective, like a cherry front punch.
He just thought I was good.
Sin Bodhi Kizarni turned 48.
Kazarni, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, we're
By the way, that's slang for Carney. I don't know if you knew that.
Sam
I'm here
Gradwell
to help.
Never heard of it.
from
Yeah.
NXT UK
Okay.
Yeah.
turned 30 years old.
Oh, yeah, young.
Moved to
Young
the
little
30th,
babies, little wrestling babies.
where
Yeah, baby.
Caleb Connolly
Ah.
turned 38 years old on the 30th.
Nice.
The 31st, Jeff Hardy celebrated a birthday.
Okay, hold on.
47.
Hold on.
No.
44.
44
40,
years old.
I was
Jeff Hardy.
I was about to correct myself.
Along with Mickey James celebrated her 42nd birthday.
Carriage House.
And Amber Moon turned 33.
I was saying, yeah, she's still.
Oh, yeah, she's way young, yeah. I like Ember Moon. Carriage House.
Let's see, September 1st, would have been birthdays to Bam Bam Bigelow, who we lost in 2007.
Big man.
One of the best big men in the
Would have been
business.
his 60th birthday.
First man of his size to hit a moonsault.
Yep.
And popularize it.
Yep.
Along with Rocco Rock.
Rocco Rock.
2002.
Actually, we're just gearing up for the Ted Petty
Invitational.
Invitational again this year. So yeah.
Also sharing that birthday on September 1st, Sim Snuka.
All right.
Turned 50 years old.
Wow.
Sammy Callahan turned 34.
Wow.
Younger than I thought he was.
Yeah.
Let's see, on the 2nd, Tracy Smothers would have celebrated a birthday.
Oh.
Uncle
We
Tracy.
lost him last year.
Uncle Tracy.
Will be missed.
Rest in peace.
Still missed, Uncle Tracy.
That's right. On the 3rd, we have T.J. Perkins.
TJP.
Interesting. He turned 37.
I would like
He was
to...
actually, if you remember the movie Heavyweights, he was actually Papa Perkins, who was Ben Stiller's dad, who was actually Ben Stiller himself playing his dad, which is also interesting because Ben Stiller's real dad, Jerry Stiller, was in the beginning of that movie.
Yes.
If you're interested in being a producer for Pro Wrestling Throwdown, please no. TJ Perkins would be a lot cooler if he wasn't a flat earther fucking lunatic.
The Earth's not flat.
Also sharing that birthday, Aaliyah, or Allie, the bunny.
The bunny!
La Bunny.
Turned 34.
La Bunny.
Yeah, she's young.
Yeah.
She has an affinity for Oreo cookies. I don't know if anybody's ever seen her YouTube page.
No. I don't listen to
she put I don't listen to she pulls in different wrestlers and they try different flavors of Oreos because she's like addicted to Oreo cookies. You wouldn't think it looking at her that she would ever touch an Oreo cookie. But
I mean, I don't mind an Oreo.
The bunny equals Carriage House.
Also Carriage House, yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
The Blade is a lucky man.
Yesterday, September 4th.
His tour's almost over.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday, Kamala celebrated a birthday.
The real Kamala?
No, the real Kamala. I don't think.
Not fucking JR. Yeah. Fuck you, JR.
No, because the real Kamala, I believe, has passed away.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And this Kamala is only 44 years old. So.
Oh, that's probably JR.
Fuck you, JR.
Fuck you, JR.
Along
piece
with
of crap.
Xavier Woods turning 35 and giving 2/3 of the New Day birthdays.
Good old Apollo Creed.
Austin Creed.
Austin Creed, yeah, sorry.
Happy birthday
Yeah,
to
Apollo
Mr.
Creed,
Up, Down,
goddamn.
Down. Without you, a lot of us wrestling guys on YouTube wouldn't be as successful. So
True.
Also, good on Xavier Woods for keeping on people who the WWE are releasing.
Yeah.
Still giving them a chance and an outlet.
That's because he doesn't give a shit. He's got it in his contract. That's his show.
He's G4 now, too. So he
G4, baby.
Shit.
Not G5. We're not there yet.
Not yet.
But we have today, September 5th.
It's going to be the day that we're going to throw it
our
back to
brother, Caleb Black,
By now,
celebrates
you
his
should have
52nd birthday.
You cack
God,
sucker.
you look good for 52.
Doesn't he?
Yeah, it's making me feel young.
Carrots. However I can get in my system.
You share your birthday
Certainly.
with Sin
The good Sin Cara or the shitty Sin Cara?
Clinical.
The good Sin Cara.
I almost swallowed my gum.
First of all, fuck these two. I am 31
years old. You're older than Sin Cara.
Also, less botches too.
No, Caleb's only 36.
I'm gonna pip slap somebody.
Come on, he's 34. Leave it alone.
You know what?
Tomorrow,
Y'all can't come to my birthday party.
We're already here.
We are the birthday party. This is it.
You can't come to that party. The party's here. Hello.
I'm 31. Thank you for your birthday wishes.
Tomorrow, celebrating birthdays will be the great.
Not Caleb.
Not
His
Caleb.
birthday's
Not
today.
Caleb. No,
Correct.
not Caleb.
Also, hold
39
on.
years old.
Hold on.
today.
Before we get into that, a couple of birthday shout outs. Number one, to my niece, Kennedy. Happy birthday, Kennedy. And to my twin brother, Jacob. Happy
Your birthday
Jacob.
too?
It's that USO thing, man. We talked about.
Oh, right. Okay.
And to my nephew, Matthew. It's also his birthday.
On the 8th, my mother. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mom. Anyway, continue.
See, tomorrow, the great Wendy Richter
Ooh.
will celebrate
Wendy
her
Richter.
60th birthday,
Wow.
along with Jillian Hall
42.
will turn 41, and Braun Strowman
She's younger than I
Hold on. Braun Strowman.
39.
39.
will turn 38.
Damn, off by
Damn, I
one.
thought 39 too.
On the
He
7th,
is returning to pro wrestling.
Yes,
He'll be wrestling EC3 at the Control Your Narrative event.
because he's the only guy that could have afforded Braun Strowman's price tag.
Yeah. Hey, man, fresh out to WWE, get that paper. Plus, he's going to draw because it's two former WWE guys. It'll be a good little show.
The only way EC3 would ever beat Braun Strowman
I'm
is
telling
if
you,
he was the booker.
we're all going to be surprised, man, if Braun Strowman comes out and starts working indies and has this whole career
Dude,
renaissance.
Braun Strowman comes off the top rope during an indie show.
Just think about it. A guy with his size, his athleticism, if he's actually able to do what he wants to do, what if he comes out and he's like the best big man wrestler in the world? We don't know because he's been so limited.
It's true.
So I'm excited to see it.
It's true.
Match a million?
Oh, you know how Tyler Breeze got by not being Tyler Breeze anymore?
How?
His first date he's got coming back, he's calling himself T-Breeze.
T-Breeze?
Smart. It'll be his first show,
Sounds like a racehorse.
first wrestling show outside of the WWE out of his 10-year career. He's been in NXT his entire career.
Nice. Good for him.
Yeah, man. Made a living.
On the 7th,
It's
Molly
living.
Holly will celebrate a birthday.
Molly Holly's going
Molly
to be
43.
44.
44.
I'm a huge fan of Molly Holly.
On
Yeah.
the 8th,
Always have been.
Raven celebrates a birthday.
What about
52.
Raven?
Be a very dark birthday, I'm sure.
What about Raven?
It'll be his birthday.
What about him?
Who's better than Canyon?
Everybody.
What about Raven?
He'll be 57.
57. You know what's funny? As soon as I said 52, that number popped into my head, but I thought he was too old for that.
The
Funny.
thing about Raven, actually, is that Raven was one of those guys that was ahead of their time as well.
Yep.
Um,
One of my true wrestling inspirations and influences was Raven.
One of my favorite storylines from Raven, since we've got time to fill, his gimmick he was going to do with Roddy Piper that got canceled,
Yeah.
where he was talking about how his dad used to beat him.
Yeah. And it
this,
turns
that,
out
and the
that Roddy
other.
was his dad.
And that his dad idolized Roddy Piper, so now he had to destroy
Oh,
Roddy
that's right.
Piper
That's
to,
right.
to make his family whole again and stuff. Those promos on today's wrestling would
Yeah.
be huge.
See, and like when you say ahead of your time, if you obviously, when people watch this, they might have an idea of who he was or who he is. He was way beyond his time with promos,
Oh yeah,
and the way he spoke, the biggest thing, the biggest waste, in my opinion, was after the WCW acquisition. That's when Raven quit doing drugs.
Yeah.
That's when Raven got cleaned up. He was in the best shape of his life. He has an incredible debut where he DDTs. Oh, who was it?
Rhino.
No, it was. I want to say it was Arn Anderson. I could be wrong about
Oh,
that.
in WCW.
No, in WWF. Right after the WCW acquisition. Either way, Raven shows up, DDTs somebody, has an incredible ovation, and then they relegate him straight down to the hardcore wrestling and completely snuff him
You
out.
know what the messed up part about that is, though? He single-handedly made Heat watchable.
Yeah, because he's
Putting him
phenomenal.
as the general manager of Heat.
Now
was
he's
genius.
lost his mind. If you ever try to listen to his podcast, it's just chaos. But no, he is just his feud with CM Punk.
Yeah.
When Punk cut that incredible promo about how Raven was the top and he blew all of his money on pills, booze, and women.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, so good. So good. Anyway, happy birthday, Raven.
All right. See, tomorrow, or I'm sorry, the 9th, Brian Pillman Jr.
Okay.
turns 28,
28 years old.
God. he's so-
along with Sarah Logan, also turning 28.
Crazy Mary.
Did she just, was she the one who just had the baby with Eric? Is that the
Yeah.
one? Okay, yeah. Yeah, happy birthday.
She was, I believe, at one point part of the Riot Squad.
Yes.
Yeah.
She, Ruby Riot, who's now Ruby Soho, and Liv Morgan.
Then on the 10th, we have Don Morocco turning 72.
The Rock.
The
The
Blueprint,
original
Matt
Rock.
Morgan
The Blueprint.
used to be.
Now he's a car salesman.
Yep.
Now he's a
He does well for
politician or something.
Well, I know he had a car lot there for a little bit.
Yeah, he had
Yeah,
a
he
car lot
did.
for a little while, yeah.
By the way, he's doing well for himself. He's
Yeah.
out of the business. He's healthy.
He'll turn 45, and Trevor Murdoch will turn 41.
Recently crowned new NWA World Champion, Trevor Murdoch.
Yep.
Congratulations, Trevor, on your historic win against the 1,000-plus day reign of Nick Aldis. He captured the belt in the main event at Wrestling at the Chase, NWA 73. And looking forward to see, he was one of Harley's students, had the opportunity to learn from him quite
He
a
was
few
with
times.
Harley the day Harley passed.
Love Trevor. Congratulations, buddy. For me to you, especially. Good work. Looking forward to see what you bring to the table.
All right, that's all I have for my wrestling birthdays. There's probably more, out there. That's just ones I choose to pick, so they stand out.
Yep.
Go through, look up who you want, do what
Yep.
you want. I don't care. Just watch our show.
Please watch our
I
show.
got a few celebrity birthdays I'm just going to throw out
Can I
there.
say it with you?
We had...
Let him live in you vicious bastards!
Let him live with you.
I forgot to look up how old everybody is, so I'm just going to throw out some birthdays.
All right.
We had Steve Martin celebrated a birthday. I hear he's kind of a prick, though.
Steve Martin
In
has
real
Steve
life.
Martin money. He can be as much of a prick
Yeah.
as he wants to
Oh,
be.
yeah, I'm
He's
sure.
not Chevy Chase prick though.
However, Steve Carell also celebrated a birthday, and I think that he's probably a great guy to be around.
You would think. Most of the really funny ones aren't, though. Will Ferrell's a
I
giant
imagine.
dick.
I imagine
heard
Steve
Will Ferrell.
Carell's a nice guy.
I would think Steve
I would
Martin
think-
would be a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's just stuck in his ways.
I've
Yeah.
heard rumors that he's kind of a dick.
Which one?
Steve Martin.
Oh well, he might be. Fuck, he's 90 years old.
He's had a full head of gray hair for 40 years.
Right.
Right? Also,
I would be upset too.
great director James Cameron celebrated a birthday.
Yes.
As
Middle of
well
those
as
Avatar
Madonna,
Madonna,
and Timothy Hutton.
Yeah.
Timothy.
Robert De Niro celebrated a
Little
birthday last month,
But
along with Sean Penn.
Sean Penn.
When was the last time Sean Penn punched a photographer guy? It was about time.
it's due.
What time is it?
Sean Penn punching a photographer time?
I believe that's clobbering time.
Scott Conn celebrated a birthday. Sean Connery celebrated a birthday.
Time out. We're not just going to skip
You can't
past
just pass over Scott Conn on the wrestling show.
No.
You're
Ready to
okay.
Rumble is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yes.
Do yourselves
Yes,
a
it really
favor.
is.
If you love the hilarity that we provide and love professional wrestling and love Jimmy King,
You love Jimmy King?
I love
love
Jimmy
Jimmy
King. We're men. We're
I'm
not
afraid to
ashamed
say
to admit
so.
that we love other men. I love you.
Do me, my turn.
That is only the 100th time or so that we've promoted that.
You know who Jimmy King
We
is,
should
though?
be getting credit by now.
Right?
You know who Jimmy King is, though?
He's the best
He's the
wrestler.
best wrestler.
He's the best
Wrestler.
Better than all the wrestlers.
He's got class.
He's got plans.
He rules ass.
You rule that ass.
Jimmy
Da-da-da.
King.
That's really all we got.
It's a work in progress.
Watch Ready to Rumble and do
And then watch Varsity Blues just because.
Happy birthday, Scott.
And then watch my third favorite movie with him in it. It's Gone in 60 Seconds. Who also has Nicolas Cage and a lot of other great actors.
Not the bees. Sorry.
It's a remake.
Yes, the
1974
remake, not the
classic.
original Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah,
It was,
and you know
it was
what?
pretty-
It's
pretty
actually kind of funny. It all ties together because the original Gone in 60 Seconds was James Gunn.
bad. Yes, it was.
Yep.
See how I did that?
Yes,
Which would make it a wrestling movie.
Do your
Boom!
homework, Jet.
That's right.
Boom! I didn't do it.
Okay.
It wasn't me.
Back on the 25th, Sean Connery celebrated a birthday.
They look behind the curtain. They know it's not a real ring.
Sean Connery still just slapping his wife around.
Macaulay Culkin celebrated a birthday.
Dry meatloafs and things.
Jack Black, it would have been Lewis Black's birthday.
Louis Black is still alive.
Louis Black
Yes.
is still alive.
The comedian Louis Black, he just released a special on Amazon.
Who am I thinking of that died then? Oh, George Carlin. Yeah,
There
George
you
Carlin
go.
has passed away.
Did you know? Funny that you mentioned that. Louis Black owns the George Carlin Museum.
Well,
That
my
doesn't
apologies to
surprise me.
Louis
Yeah.
Black. I know you're still alive. You're
We,
I
I love
You're
how we
mentally
we
aware.
jumped right past him still being alive to the fact that we were singing George Carlin's praises. It's fantastic.
Louis Black's used to it.
There's a hole in the ozone. We have saran wrap. Fix it.
Not their problem because it's not their fault.
You see,
If it wasn't for my horse, I'd have never made it to college.
Selma Hayek celebrated a birthday.
Salma Hayek.
Oh, Salma Hayek. Carriage
Carriage
House.
You're right. Charlie Sheen, the crazy nut job
My
Sheen
liege.
family.
Everything I've ever learned, I learned from you.
From the Church of Sheen.
I worship at the altar of Sheen. Not Amelia, though.
I think we lost viewers when we talked about
Whatever.
that. Oh, no one's back.
Bob Newhart
Best
would have celebrated a birthday today.
Bob Newhart.
Right on.
One of the best modern, well, not modern,
And of course,
it's TV.
Batman himself, Michael
Michael
Keaton, celebrates his birthday today. I'm not even going to bother with looking up his age because I don't care because he's Batman and he will be forever.
You know who else's birthday is today, or would have been? The late Freddie Mercury.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
sure.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're welcome.
Like I said, there's a lot.
Drop of
I
knowledge.
just write down ones that I happen to come across. I don't do a whole lot of extensive research.
I always write
It's
down the
just
ones I come
fill
across.
stuff in. But I do want to make reference to
What are
Iris Elba and Jeff Foxworthy, who both
Idris
have
Elba.
birthdays tomorrow. And Adam Sandler will be celebrating a birthday on the 9th.
The Sandman.
And he'll finish Grown Up 7.
Yeah.
Jesus, talk about a franchise.
And I'm going to close all this out with a little bit of info for you guys, a little bit of food for thought, as I'll call it.
All right.
You ever heard the saying, as American as apple pie?
Yes.
I have.
There is not one damn thing that is American about apple pie.
No, it's Dutch.
Apples, no, it's not.
No.
Apples are native to Asia, and apple pie was actually first made in England.
Yes.
And actually, the oldest recipe found for apple pie was from 1381, which had been the times of Geoffrey Chaucer, who Geoffrey Chaucer was actually in A Knight's Tale with
Portrayed by Paul Bettany.
Yes, portrayed by Paul Bettany.
Yep. Just
with a lot of other great actors, including Heath Ledger, who ties into the whole Batman franchise with Michael Keaton.
Yep.
Also a huge wrestling fan.
And a huge wrestling fan.
Yep.
Therefore, A Knight's Tale is
a wrestling
movie.
Yep, clearly.
Yep. Yes.
Well, I mean,
And
you could
how would
really
you
could really connect it
How
a
he slept.
different way as well, with Paul Bettany being Jarvis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jarvis being an Avenger. You know.
Chris Hemsworth is an
Chris
Avenger.
Hemsworth,
He's playing
he's gonna
Hulk
play
Hogan in the
Hulk
Hulk Hogan biopic. Therefore, the Avengers wrestling movie.
I'm pretty sure we already established it
Maybe.
from other points.
Everything's
But, there
wrestling.
you go again, just in case you forgot. There you go.
Sorry,
And
John.
that is my birthdays and bullshit.
Well, thank you so much for all of your diligent work on
Thank you
this
for
bullshit.
filling in the last 37 minutes of this
Right.
show, so we don't have to do much.
That's right.
I think that's
So-
the longest we've ever done that.
It really is.
I guess then it's time for us to get into our picks for AEW's All Out.
It is.
Now, for those of you who haven't been following, we run a contest every year from WrestleMania to WrestleMania where we take points. The first year we only included WWE pay-per-views.
Yes.
Where we changed our format from the last one where we do cumulative points
Yes.
instead of just the 1 point overall. Which, like I said, next week we'll have our full tally. But since it is AEW's big event, I think we could maybe levy 1 point on the overall game, if you boys would be so inclined.
I mean, we're all tied up basically from what I can remember. So I'm down. Yeah. So by the way, you said at the top of the program, I'm going to say it again. We are going to cover a SummerSlam.
Yeah, we're going to do the full breakdown next week.
And I'm going to throw it out there and say that we all called the same picks for SummerSlam because
which
all
is
of our picks
the
were the same.
first time we've ever all made the exact same picks across the board.
All three of us.
Yep. First time that's ever been done, which was clearly was going to fall the way it fell.
The thing we lost out on really was Sasha Banks.
Hey,
Zach!
Factor's in the house. What up, Zach? All right, boys. Well, let's get to the picks for AEW's All Out. Oh, man, I bet you Joshy's just fucking fit to be tied right now because CM Punk's back in the game. All right. In no particular order, let's get into the picks for the AEW All Out Now, this is the established card. There were some other matches that we thought were announced, which aren't on the official website of the card. If those matches do appear on the show, we will not include those because those are not part of the picks.
Correct.
All right, so for the pre-show, we have the Best Friends and Jurassic Express in a 10-man tag against the Hardy Family Office and TH2.
Now, we're going to make these picks. Does this point count?
So we're just going to do the overall for the entire show for 1 point.
I know, but I mean, does this count towards a point?
Oh, for the pre-show? Nah.
Okay.
No, that's
so this one is.
This is just this isn't on the board. This is just for fun.
All right.
I'm going to say the Best Friends and Jurassic Express.
I'm going to go with the Hardy family.
Okay. Max?
Yep.
Which one?
Hardy's.
Okay. All right. Let's get into the all-out women's casino battle royale. We each get what? 2 picks?
2 picks. Now, here's the deal with this. There are slots for to be announced.
Love
so
slots.
there is names that have not been added to this as a surprise.
Hopefully Ruby Soho.
There's some names out there, as in the former Ruby Riott and the Iconics.
Yeah.
There could be a Tessa
rumors.
Blanchard. One never knows.
Could be a Mickie James.
But here's the names that I have as listed on Wikipedia. Here we go. Nyla Rose.
Okay.
Thunder Rosa. The Bunny. Big Swole. Tay Conte. DeMonte.
Ty Conte,
sorry. Penelope Ford. Red Velvet. Hikaru Shida. Emi Sakura. Jade Cargill. Cargill? Is that right?
Yeah, Jade Cargill.
Thank you. Kira Hogan. Abaddon. Layla Hirsch. Keelan King. Rebel,
Kylan.
not Reba. Jamie Hayter. Hayter. Okay.
Jamie Hayter.
The returning Anna Jay, number 99.
Yep.
Riho, Sky Blue,
Riho.
And to be announced.
And TBA.
Now, we're each going to get 2 picks.
Yep.
I will start this shindig.
Okay.
I'm going to go with one of the to be announced.
Okay.
Because I don't know who, so I'm just going to go with if a to be announced person wins, that's a point.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go, honestly, I'm going to go Anna Jay.
Okay.
I think those are 2 very decent picks. Anna Jay hasn't been around in a while because of the injuries.
Just came back.
It's a perfect time.
My 2 picks are going to be a little similar. I'm going Thunder Rosa and Anna Jay because of the Lights Out match. Now that Britt Baker's the women's champion, you can do that rematch with Thunder Rosa. Yeah. Max?
I'm going to go Thunder Rosa, and you said there was a mystery?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that what you're going to do?
Hold on.
I'm honestly not. I don't get to watch much AEWs. I'm not real super familiar with a whole lot of this. So I'm just kind of.
You'll know a lot more of them by face than name.
Right.
I'm sure.
Right. I'm just gonna kind of shoot from the hip here.
It's worth mentioning that none of our, even though we made different selections, they didn't vary. Thunder Rosa TBA, TBA Anna Jay, Thunder Rosa Anna Jay.
Yeah. So either way,
if one of those selections, if one of those 3 people win, one of us or 2 of us are going to get a point. All right. Jon Moxley takes on the legendary Satoshi Kojima.
Let the crowd die down for a second. They know the name.
Satoshi Kojima.
I didn't.
Satoshi Kojima is a 5-time world champion, a Triple Crown AJPW champion, and held the AJPW champion, and held the NJPW championship simultaneously. Also, only one of 3 Japanese professional wrestlers to hold the NWA World Heavyweight.
Right on. However, this is AEW, so I'm going Jon Moxley.
So am I.
He's with us, fellas.
Not with you, fellas.
All right.
I thought he was a ponytail. So.
Paul White makes his.
What's his name?
Paul White.
What's that last name?
White.
Right.
Paul White versus Q AEW in-ring debut.
I'm gonna go Big Show.
Who? He's not on the list.
Big Schwink.
It's Paul White and QT Marshall.
I'm gonna go Paul White.
All right, there you go. Max?
They're gonna go with Paul White.
All right, Paul White, and I also am choosing Paul White.
Wow, way to go.
All right, here's one of the big ones.
Wonder.
Chris Jericho versus MJF. Chris Jericho, if he loses, vows to never wrestle again.
Man, okay, here's the deal.
Lay it out.
He went on the internet and was like,
I will honor,
if I lose, I'll honor it. I won't. That's what we do here. We honor stipulations. With that being said, I'm going MJF.
Okay.
Because I think that Jericho could be better used other places.
Max?
That's difficult to call. But, yeah, I think I got to go with MJF.
I'm going Jericho, and I'm going to make a prediction also. Jericho wins, but MJF injures him after the match, and that's what's going to take him off TV to go on his road schedule.
Could be.
Could be. Little chair to the collarbone or something.
Or his entire group of friends turn on him and they all go with MJF.
But the inner circle joins the Pinnacle, and it's just MJF leading.
Well, FTR's been talking about leaving.
Would that be the Pinnacle Circle or the Inner Pinnacle?
I actually don't mind the Inner Pinnacle.
I kind of like the Inner Pinnacle. I almost like that more than the Horseman.
Yeah. All right. The TNT champion, God's favorite champion, Miro, defends against the Mad King, Eddie Kingston.
I'm going out on a limb here. I really want to see Eddie Kingston win the title. However, doesn't necessarily mean if he wins the match, he wins the belt. So I'm going to go with Eddie Kingston.
Okay.
Going with Eddie Kingston as well.
I'm sticking with Miro. I think they're going to get a little bit more
mileage. It's going to be short,
before
but I think it's going to be to the point. I think it's going to be a vicious match.
Yeah, it's going to be the hardest hitting match on the card for sure. All right. In a steel cage for the AEW World Tag Team Champions, reigning and defending champions, the Young Bucks take on La Lucha Brothers.
Oh, man. Well, here's the deal. One thing we can definitely guarantee, and that's that some shit's going to take place off the top of that cage.
Oh, yeah.
Guarantee it. So, with that being said, and with everything that's coming in the pipeline of people who are supposed to be showing back up and yada, 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 I think we're going to have new tag champs. I really do. I think I'm going to go with the Luchas. They've been champions for so long, the Bucks have. I think it's time to use this show with all your new talent coming in as a reset button.
Yep. Yeah. Max?
Yeah.
I'm also going with the Lucha Brothers. I think it's time.
Yeah, I think it's time to pull the trigger.
Yep.
If not, then don't.
And then give me the Lucha Brothers versus Proud and Powerful for an extensive fucking program. Yep. All right. For the AEW Women's Championship, Britt Baker, DMD, reigning defending champion, defends against Chris Statlander.
You didn't do the DMD.
I did not do that. I'm not getting sued for you.
Be careful. I'm going to go with Britt Baker. So I love Chris Statlander. Don't get me wrong, but
I don't think they're pulling that belt off of Britt anytime soon.
She's the female Stone Cold.
Yep.
She's everything Becky Lynch should be right now.
Right. And
everything she should be right now.
The AEW crowd is so behind her. Mm-hmm. All right.
I mean, she did try to stab a woman on
pay-per-view
a couple months back.
This is the hard one.
Okay.
The returning and debuting for the first time in 7 years, CM Punk steps into a wrestling ring against Darby Allen. Now, before we make our selections, I'll give them the same diatribe I've been given. It doesn't hurt Punk to lose.
No.
Punk's not been in the ring for 7 years. So they work at putting Darby over. Darby gets the rub off of Punk, goes on to be a babyface, challenges for the belt. Punk then has to work for the victory to get up and winning. Or CM Punk, 7 years on the shelf, comes back in his hometown and defeats the upstart and proves he's the best in the world. One of two ways it goes, and that's why it's such a difficult choice to make.
Okay, here's my thing. Darby Allen,
Get your thing off my leg.
Ooh. Here's what it boils down to me. You're going to come in, you're going to talk about wanting to work the young talent. You need to put over the young talent.
Agreed.
However, in this instance, CM Punk, being as over as he is right now,
in his hometown,
if they want if Punk loses in Chicago to Darby Allen, unless this match is holy shit from bell to bell, the crowd's going to shit all over it. Yep. Now, with that being said, do you want your biggest pay-per-view of the year to end
with your crowd
mad? Because here's the deal. Unless they go on last, you're going to have Kenny Omega and Christian Cage for the title afterwards. Do you want a hostile crowd for your title match?
Or do you save Punk and Darby for the main event, too?
Punk wins. Punk wins. Yeah. Punk's my pick.
I agree.
Being that it's in Chicago,
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think that
to save the rest of your show.
Yeah, you couldn't. That'd be
like that. Alternate scenarios make sense, but
that would have been like beating Van Dam in Philly.
Yeah.
Or at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Or The Rock in Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cena in Boston, except Edge did beat Cena in Boston.
Yeah, and they were both upset about it.
Yeah, well, then Cena returned around and beat him in Ontario. All right, so we're all going CM Punk.
I have to go Punk. I can't go against him.
All right.
Not with that writing on the line.
And in our main event, that we presume to be the main event.
Yeah.
Reigning and defending AEW World Champion defends the AEW World Championship against the current reigning and defending Impact World Champion, Christian Cage. Tail of the tape.
Okay.
Kenny Omega was Impact World Champion in tandem with his other 2 world titles and already lost 1 match to Christian for the Impact title.
Yes.
vice versa. Kenny Omega defeated an Impact World Champion already and has defeated several former Impact World Champions along the way.
Right.
So does Kenny Omega walk out with the AEW title, or does Christian Cage hold both belts for both shows?
You want me to go with this first?
Yeah, hammer out.
Here's my deal with that. Kenny Omega has proven to be one of AEW's hottest commodities.
Oh, yeah, the company was built around.
Christian Cage is probably the number one guy to have taken the Impact title off of Kenny Omega. Now, here's the deal. Here's where the problem comes in. If Kenny Omega beats Christian Cage, it basically tells the Impact fans that there is fans, believe it or not, I've seen them. It tells the Impact fans that your champion is your champion is subpar compared to our champion.
Correct.
He beat me, sure. He beat you you beat Kenny Omega for the title, but you beat him at Impact.
Yeah.
You didn't beat him at the big show. You didn't beat him at the big dance. Christian Cage beating Kenny Omega does nothing for Christian Cage.
No.
Nothing. It adds another title, and that's cool, and that's accolades and all that.
Yeah, we appreciate it. But
the reason Christian Cage has the Impact title is because he can pick up Impact the way they need it.
Yeah.
Now, with all of that said, is there going to be a clear, definite winner?
I was at Restaurant to Chase last weekend. NWA said Empower, best damn time I left professional wrestling. Thank you. Hey! Well, we're so happy to hear from you, Certified Hustler.
Put a stamp on it.
Happy that you enjoyed NWA 73. Was a damn good show. We'll interact with you here in just a second. Let's get back to this here pick. Now, we figured out what you meant, brother.
Yeah, we know what you meant.
All right. So,
anyways, my pick, I don't know if there's going to be an ending.
Yeah.
A definite ending. Could be a return.
Could be.
There's a lot of names out there.
Yeah.
But point-wise, I'm going Kenny Omega.
So am I. I think that's a logical choice. It separates the two belts because then if they do put it on Christian, it's again the double duty scenario.
Yes.
And let's be fair. I am one of the absolute biggest Hammerstone fans. The fact that one of the major companies hasn't scooped him up yet is crazy. However, that means that the main event of MLW's next major pay-per-view with him and Jacob Fatu is going to be fucking nasty.
I love the fact that he can pull off the Hogan gimmick too.
Right. So I too
Omega.
am selecting Kenny Omega. Max, what is your choice?
Omega.
All right, boys. Well, the die have been cast. I want you guys to stop what you're doing and give a big round of applause for you, real world heavyweight champion Trevor Murdoch. Hey, I already did that, baby. I'm a Harley race guy. Trevor's a Harley race guy. Love me some Trevor Murdoch. You know, he's so tough that you could. Oh, wait, they'll cancel me for that.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
I'll explain that to you later. I'm not going to rehash that joke and get kicked off of YouTube. All right, so going to do a quick recap of the AEW All Out September 5th, 2021 selection. Pre-show match, the best for Barbie and put a stamp on the floor. I'm there with proof it's certified, baby. Certified hustling baby stamped. Good for you.
Put a stamp
the best friends in Jurassic Express. I'm taking their side. You gentlemen have selected. No, you're good, baby. Hardy Family Office and TH2. Selections by Luke and Max.
Yes.
The Casino Battle Royale. Max, you've chosen Thunder Rosa and one of the TBA selections to take the win. I have chosen Thunder Rosa and or Anna Jay. Luke, you've chosen TBA and Anna Jay.
Yes.
The John Moxley Satoshi Kojima match. We are all unanimous in selecting John Moxley, as we are with Paul White against QT Marshall. Max,
Paul what?
Paul White.
White. Got it.
Max, you and Luke have selected MJF to beat Chris Jericho.
Yes.
Myself, I'm the standalone guy, taking old Jericho's side. Along with the following match, I'm the only man on Team Miro. You guys have chosen the Mad King, Eddie Kingston. We are all unanimous on the Lucha Brothers walking out with AEW World Tag Team titles in a steel cage. We're all unanimous with Britt Baker leaving with the AEW Women's Championship. We're all unanimous with CM Punk, and we're all unanimous with Kenny Omega. So the only matches that make any determination are the Battle Royal, Jericho and MJF, Miro and Eddie Kingston. 3 points. 3 points will determine the night.
Certified Hustler, don't you think that the Ruby Soho going to be the Joker thing played out, that maybe AEW swerves a different direction? They've already given us all the big things, maybe a real surprise going to happen.
Well, there's also rumor of the Iconics.
I don't think it'll be just one.
No, I think it'll be a steady flow.
Yes. Also, don't count your chickens because here's the deal. You're going to see another debut tonight. I don't think it's going to be just in the women's match.
Right.
I think we're going to get something special because we are in Chicago.
Yes.
This is the biggest card that they put on
Yes.
in the history of the company,
And
in my opinion.
keep in mind how many new, fresh eyes are on it because Punk is back. There's going to be an interest for the pay-per-view.
Yes.
So if you're going to do a major debut, and obviously we talk about Daniel Bryan making his debut in Queens, but who knows, baby? All Out. Maybe they go all out. Woo!
It's Chicago. What can we
The
say?
Rolex wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun.
Kisses all the girls, makes them cry.
Woo! 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 All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today, September 5th, 2021, my birthday. It's time for All Out. Be back next week here live.
Join us on Facebook today.
Oh, yes, as we live tweet our rankings and our...
there'll be spoilers.
Yep.
Match
Watch
after
out for
match.
spoilers. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Pro Wrestling TD. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. Send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. Tune in next week, same bat time, same bat channel as we recap SummerSlam and we recap our point rankings, where we sit with that. And obviously the wrestling news in the week to come. And we'll have the AEW All Out review as well.
Yes.
So, going to be a good time. QT Marshall versus Paul White. From us to you, as always, keep it in the ring. Glad this is over.